Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to show you how we can draw this realistic grizzly bear using oil pastel. The technique here is actually very simple. You have already seen before, that is the scratching technique. But the important thing about is that you have to do one step repeatedly over and over again. So you have to, it will be time consuming, and the basic structure and the basic the layering or the basic structure of the fur, you can say, that starts from the very beginning or the very first layer. So I'll explain everything about that in the video. So without further ado, let's get to the tutorial.
So first of all, we are going to draw a circle like this. Okay, I'm going to show everything with dark lines so that you can understand, but when you will draw it with light, very light lines. Okay, so first of all, we are going to draw a structure like this. Okay, a circle, then a central line, and then you have to draw half rectangle or something like that, and then you have to join the lines like this. Now just follow the step. The basic structure of drawing a bear is very easy. Like, you have to just join from point to point. See, this will mark as the the front portion of the nose. Then draw a line where you are going to draw the eyes of the bear, and then join these two lines as well. Remember, you have to draw these lines with very light strokes. When I will start coloring the drawing, you will see how lightly I have drawn. Then add detailing of everything, like where the shadow is going to be, or where the dark regions are going to be, where will be some separation of lines. Mark everything. Okay, after that you can since there will be 2 to 3 layers of color, you might lose track where you have to put in the detailing. So mark everything. Once you are done with the drawing, remember you have to erase those lines. This will be the nose area. See, now you get the basic structure of the bear, grizzly bear. So now see, I am giving a layer of white first. Okay, so the reason for giving white first, and see, some of the areas I am marking with ochre yellow. Okay, so the reason I am doing this is, think like this way, like when you will draw the the hairs or the fur of the bear, the lines will have white in them. So to get that white, so that we can scratch out the detailing, we are giving white and yellow first. Like the areas where we want white, I am giving white, and the areas where we want yellow, those portions I am putting ochre yellow. Now observe the stroke which I am giving. Okay, the way I am giving the white, this is the base, and this is very important. I am giving strokes of white and in the direction of the fur. I am giving white and yellow in the direction of the fur, the direction in which the fur will be. It is very important, because once you put in the white in the direction of the fur, no matter how many layers of color you put, you will always get those strokes back, the strokes of white or the strokes of yellow, and those will act as the basic map or the basic layout of the direction of the fur. You will see, when I will start putting in brown or dark brown, you will see that I am getting a pattern of fur without even drawing each and every one of them. Like, they will act as the guideline or the map in the direction which we will draw the fur. So see, now I am covering the entire part with white, but I am maintaining the direction. Like in here, I am going from top to bottom. The direction in which I have given the white might not be visible very nicely right now, but as soon as I start putting in brown, you will notice the direction in which I have given the white. While giving other colors as well, we will maintain the direction. Once you know in which direction you have to draw, any drawing becomes very easy. Always maintain the direction of the strokes. That is very important. It helps a lot in drawing realistic drawings. Another layer of white I'm giving over the yellow so that the yellow doesn't become too bright. I don't need that color actually. Okay, just a mixture of yellow and white is enough. So see, now I'm putting in brown and see the direction I'm maintaining, like from top to bottom, like vertical strokes I'm giving out here. See, I'm giving vertical strokes out here for the nose area. Okay, some of the region I'm marking with dark brown, and see, I'm already starting to get the direction of the fur, which will be in the actual, in the ultimately in which way the fur will go. I can see right now, or you can already get the direction of the fur right away, right now. See, and since I'm maintaining the strokes, the brown is actually getting, actually the brown is getting what can I say, giving another coating, just a coating of brown over the white. See how the direction changes have been maintained. See, on the left side and right side, some of the strokes are like horizontal strokes, not vertical strokes. Just see the direction in the direction of the fur. The direction of the fur is very important, since the fur grows in a particular way in animals. See, now I'm putting dark brown, and now I will start marking out those areas where the darkness is necessary. See, the eye area is not showing much of a fur, since the eye area won't be showing much of the fur. That's why I put in the white in a circular motion, or I did not try to put any strokes or lines out there. That's why when I put the dark brown on that area, I got a smooth finish. This is how you make the drawings much more easier. Once you know the direction in which you have to lay down the colors, things become much more easier. Now see, as soon as I'm putting the dark brown, I'm getting a much better view of the direction of the fur. See, I had to keep the speed little bit fast. I'm extremely sorry for that, but if I would have kept the speed extremely slow, then it would have gone to a video of around 3 to 4 hours. Actually, it took me a lot of time to create those fur, but it would have taken lot more time if these layouts haven't been maintained, or if I wouldn't have maintained the orientation or the direction of the white which I put in. or if I wouldn't have maintained the direction of any color I am giving right now. So see, you can now see the direction in which the fur will be. So now I am putting in some black. Sorry, dark brown. I'm going with dark brown, but I will put some black over it so that we get the darker tones. The areas which will be darker I'm marking it with dark brown already. Okay, after that I can just up them up a little bit using the black. So see, and let me tell you, the pressure out here is very not very, but a moderate level of pressure, low to moderate, not very high pressure. If you put high pressure, then the layers will be destroyed. So remember not to put too much pressure. You need that low pressure, or you need that moderate pressure to create those textures. So don't destroy the bottom layers or the layers below by putting lot of pressure. I am using the heating technique out here again, so that I don't have to put in lot of pressure. If you don't know about the heating technique, I will give the link in the I button. So I'll give you an overview of the heating technique, oil pastel heating technique. So all you have to do is heat the oil pastel a little bit. I use a candle to heat them, and then I would I just blow over it to cool down, to make them cool a little bit, and then I start applying. So the softer oil pastels will create much better layer, but since I am using Dom's oil pastel, it is moderately soft. Heating helps a lot in creating good amount of layers. Although even though it is moderately soft, it creates very good layers, but heating makes it even more better. So see, I am putting in the black in the area of the ears. So like I said, since already 3 layers of colors have been there, now that I am putting black, I might lose track of the areas which have to be which should have the detailing. That's why I asked you to mark the detailings in the beforehand during the pencil drawing, so that you can get at least some idea. Over that you can create 1 layer or 2 layers so that it is still visible. Now see, I'm giving a very light layer of black. I'm just rubbing the black over it, so that the randomness is there. In random places the black will reach and some other places won't reach. As soon as I blend it, it will create a varied effect, like some places will be dark and some places will be light, and that's the kind of abstractness which makes the thing real. From laying the direction of the fur, you have done everything. After this you don't have to do anything, you just have to enhance that. So now I'm using a white pencil to draw those furs. Okay, so basically I'm using the scratching technique. See how I'm giving very small strokes in those areas. So some of the areas will have small furs, some areas will have longer hair. So you can use a reference image for that. If I get a link of my reference image, I'll give it in the description. But for now, just follow the strokes what I have used out here. So I'm using small strokes out here. See, the pencil is very important. Just the materials don't have to be very expensive, but it has to be used in a best way possible. if you can use your available resources in the best way possible, you are bound to get at least some good result, even if the quality of the product you are using is not good, but you will still create art, and it might be better than even um, good quality products, because you're putting in so much effort and putting in so much idea or energy into it. So see how I'm creating the furs. So basically the white which is already visible is giving me a map of the strokes which I have to give, or the direction which I have to maintain for the fur to look real, or for the beard to look real. And I'm just following those white dots which have been already laid before and which are already visible. I'm just extending them with the white pencil, and nothing very special. And I'm doing it with uh, you know uh, moderate to high pressure. The what happens is that when you are using a pencil to create these furs, what happens is that one stroke, when you give a stroke of small stroke, what happens is that initially the pressure is bit high, so what it will happen is it will take away the brown and expose the white. But as soon as the stroke is completing, what happens is that the force reduces, and the amount of visible white, or the amount of white that amount of brown that it was taking away the tip of the pencil will reduce. And what it will do is it will leave a layer of brown just right at the tip, which is actually how the fur of the bear looks. Or when the light falls, that is how the fur will look. So that's why the pencil is very important out here. Like, I'm using white pencil, you can use any pencil which will at least just glide over it, just take away some of the colors but not completely. Some very sharp object like a toothpick or anything like that could have been used out here, but what happens is that when you use toothpick, it creates very harsh lines. Like, even if the stroke is of a light magnitude, it will still leave some very dark marks, which is not actually necessary. You need to leave some of the brown and some of the white. This balance is very necessary. And the best thing is that you don't have to worry so much about the balance when you know you have the right tool. Like, see, here I am using my pen knife to create some detailing. Okay, so see how it is leaving see the difference of the lines. See the difference of the previous lines and the lines this is creating. This pen knife or very sharp object is you may say is necessary for creating very fine lines. Okay, but those very fine lines is kind of a relative. You have to think how big your paper is and how big your subject is. In a subject which is suppose very small, obviously the fur will be of for doing the fur you will need a much more thinner object, much more sharper object. But suppose in a big picture you are using a very pointed tool, so what will happen is that the detailing won't pop up. You might end up giving too many lines. Remember, giving too much line is also not necessary out here. That's why I said that the first layer of white is very important. That will give you an idea of how much strokes or how much density of fur you have to make. That gives you the basic idea of the map. You just follow that and your drawing will be done. You don't have to worry anything. If you feel like in some area you have scratched out too much layer of color, you can just apply another layer of color over it and it will be fine. Then scratch once more over it and you'll get your desired effect. So see the strokes out here, right at the edge of the face you have long hairs. The bear generally have little bit longer furs, so that thing you have to maintain. Ultimately a bear is a furry animal, so you have to maintain that orientation and to some extent the length of the fur, and that will give as much realistic effect like as possible in oil pastel or whatever. In a color pencil drawing, this could have been done with color pencils as well. There also you would have to draw those each and every fur. Here what I would say, the advantage, I would say it this drawing at least has little bit of advantage because you have already laid down the map of the direction of the fur. Now see, I'm making some long furs. See, the direction of the fur is bit long out here. And as soon as that portion is finished, you will see the difference it's making. Like it's an animal, it's a furry animal, so every place won't have equal amount of hair, or you can say equal sized hair. And always remember to if you want to give a curved effect, give a curved line or a curved stroke, and if you want to show a flat area, give a flat stroke. Just think simply, like how can you make the things much more easier, or how easily you can do it. The harder you make the things, the harder the drawing becomes, and you don't need that. If you can make the drawing easily, then there is no need to follow in a hard rule or anything. So now I'm giving you a top view of how the bear is looking once most of the furs have been laid down on the face. Actually the bottom portion hasn't been done yet, but still you can see those guidelines of the fur out there, so it is still, you can still get an imagination or still get an idea like how it might look when it is done. So see, I am making the furs in each and every area, and see the areas which had yellow portions, those areas once scratched with the pencil are showing the yellow underneath, and the areas which had white underneath are showing white furs or white underneath, so white fur, or you can say whatever. And remember, when you are doing this kind of a furry thing, there is always a chance that you might have overdone it. Okay, so there is always a chance that you might have overdone it and you might not even know. So like I did, you can give one very light layer of dark tone. Here I gave some black. So see, I'm darkening the blacks right now, and I'm applying little bit of white to give those shadow areas. Now I'll be making the nose. The nose is very easy. Okay, what I am doing is I put black or dark black, I just applied with great pressure in the area which will be pitch black, and then I applied black in the rest of the areas with light pressure. Now see, I'm blending it. What it did is it gave me two variants of black, the area which is totally black and an area which is not completely black. After that, using the white, I'm just giving random vertical strokes so that it creates the impression of nose, or a rough nose where some reflection is taking place. Now I'm putting some reflection in the nostrils of the bear. Always remember these reflection areas, because these reflection areas are very important. Without a reflection, the subject falls flat, or without a reflection and shadow, the subject falls flat. Even in a smooth skin, there must be some dents or some areas where a shadow will be there. Some of the shadows, or if you look closely at skin, you might see pores. So those pores will have a shadow and lighting zone. That's the idea actually behind how you do realistic drawings. So I used my white pen to put some more reflections, and now I will draw the eye. Bears are brown eyes, so I made the interior completely brown first, and then over it I drew the detailings using my white pencil and Staedtler 8B extra dark pencil. The white I'm using is white glass marking pencil. So see how I'm creating the detailings out here. The eyes will have sharp lines out here, that's why I used pencil. And some white for the reflections as well. If you feel that the white is too harsh, just blend it a little bit. You can always take off some of the areas, you can always put in another layer of color. No issue, just feel free, feel confident while doing this. Okay, so see, one of the eye is complete now. This eye is almost complete. So this drawing is almost complete. Okay, now I'm going to just add some little bit of more detailing. See how I'm using the white pencil. Eyes are always important for a drawing. They bring the subject to life. Here you will get a better view of how I did the detailing. So see, the black marked the iris. And now I used my white pencil to put in some more detailing. So friends, once this eye is done, I will just do the bottom portion of the bear the same way I did the entire thing. So remember, this will take time and you will have to repeat the strokes. Okay, you have to be patient. So friends, if you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell notifications. Give this video a try And if you face any kind of problem, like this technique is a very cool technique, you can just try it out and you can create lot of things, lot of drawings using this technique. So if you find it difficult in doing any part, just comment in the comment section below and I'll reach you out definitely, and I'll help you out in doing this drawing or any drawing. So I'll see you in the next video. Once I do this bottom portion, it will be done. So we'll see you in the next video. Until next time, goodbye.